So if you can understand this one thing, it can completely change your life in terms of, you know, healing, not just healing, you know, your wounds, but also, you know, changing your energy so that you can thrive, you know, not just survive, but actually thrive in your life. And what it is all about is energy. Everything is energy. Everything. I mean, we know this, right? It's just basic physics. We know that everything has an energy, even things that look like matter. We are all energy, and just the, you know, the rate at which, you know, the atoms are spinning and all of that kind of stuff, that's what generates the energy and makes it, you know, so that it has form. And, you know, whether something, even if something looks solid, it is actually a constant moving energy. It's just the rate at which it's moving. That makes a difference. So if we know that everything's energy, then you start to understand that, you know, you are pure energy. And so whatever energy you are putting out, whatever you're emitting into the world, is the exact energy that's going to be mirrored back to you. And so if you can start to address your energy around any situation, and the most powerful energy that we have control over, we really have control over, is our energy in motion, our emotions, our energy in motion. Like, and how good is it to know that you have control over your life? You can actually change your life. You have the power to change your life. You have the power to heal your wounds. You don't have to sit in your wounds. Okay, it's not your fault. Whatever happened to you, I'm not saying it's your fault, but you don't need to be a victim to it anymore. You can be a survivor of it. You can be a thriver from it. You can use it to create the life that you deserve. And so here's a, you know, one that I really, really want to give people, because I see it a lot, because I know I used to resonate with this energy a lot, and because I think we all, you know, at some point know this feeling, and that feeling is envy, it's jealousy, you know. And I know for me, you know, I grew up in a household where there was a lot of jealousy, there was a lot of envy, and there was a lot of, you know, gossip and all that kind of thing. And, you know, we used to laugh and we used to think it was harmless, but also there was just it was actually really toxic at sometimes, incredibly toxic. Like my family, our culture, we are funny people, you know, we can talk, you know, really about ourselves and about other people, and we're hilarious when we mock other people. And, you know, I still, you know, love that side of myself. I love that I have that humor, and, you know, I appreciate it when it comes from a good place. But, you know, there were times when it would also become really quite toxic. And what that environment taught me, what that culture taught me, was that there was a lot of, I was kind of living in this place, this energy, not all the time, but there was energy of jealousy and envy. And what I recognized is that was such a wound for me. It wasn't just a conditioning, it was a wound. And so what I want you to think about today is, when are the times in your life when you felt envious, when you felt jealous, you know? Because it's so important to understand, if we're attracting all of this same energy, so as within, as without, as above, so below, whatever we are emanating, this energy in motion, it's coming back to us, you know? So what we're putting out is really super important. And if you're putting out this energy of envy, and also, you know, if you are on my YouTube, you'll understand more about the energy in motion and emotion. And if you're vibrating anywhere below love, you know, if you're not from love and above, then you're not going to be able to create the life you want or heal from the wounds in the way that you want. And so what I want you to understand is, if you're vibrating in this energy of jealousy and envy, it does you no good. And so what you need to do is just get curious about that. Like, what is it? Why do I get jealous? And it could be, you know, you could be jealous over the silliest of things, right? But you could see your friend that's achieving in life in some way that you really want to. It might be in their career, it might be in the way they look, it might be and you know this, right? If you're being disingenuous with your friends, or if they're being disingenuous with you. So, you know, when you're celebrating and they don't genuinely celebrate with you, we all have those friends, right? We have those friends who like genuinely are happy for you, and they're stoked when you achieve in life, and you know that energy. And then you have your friends who are asking you how you are, but it's just to get the tea. They really want to know what's bad about your life so that they can kind of, you know, wallow in that a bit with you. Or they are asking about it, and then when you say something amazing, they're sort of, oh, that's amazing, girl. But you know it's not genuine. You know it doesn't come from a genuine place. And maybe you've recognized that you do that you are not genuinely happy for your friends, you know? And then what you want to do is just notice it. Just notice that, hey man, you know, actually when I had that conversation today and I was congratulating my friend, I actually was kind of a little bit jealous. You know, there was a bit of envy there. You got to get real with yourself. Also, just stop bullshitting yourself. If you are envious of people, if you are jealous, just fucking, like, be honest about it. Don't bullshit about that, because that's just another place. You know, if you're putting out bullshit, you're going to get back bullshit, you know? So be honest with yourself. Are you jealous sometimes, you know? Or maybe you it might not even be a friend. It could be that you say you see somebody who's achieving and they're not even anyone you know, but you get a little tinge of jealousy when you see them maybe online achieving, and you're like, oh, you know, I could do that. Oh my God, I'm so much smarter than them. I'm so much prettier than them. I know so much more than them. And then you get this twinge of jealousy, you know? And so there are two things you can do, which I think are really powerful. One is to get into a place of just acknowledging it. Like, oh man, I was actually a little bit jealous there, a little bit envious. And I recognize that about myself. Beautiful. That is so amazing. That's a very first big step, to acknowledge that, hey, I actually do kind of feel this way. And then the second thing is to ask yourself really genuinely, and you might have to journal about it. You know, you might have to talk it through with somebody. I know sometimes when I just talk through things, it helps me to clarify what's going on. I also love to write. So, you know, whatever it is that you need to do, but just ask yourself this question. What must I believe to be true about myself to be feeling this way? What must I believe to be true about me to be feeling jealous, to be feeling envious, to not be able to be genuinely happy for my friend or for these people who are achieving in life? Ask yourself that question and be really honest with yourself about the answer. Once you have that answer, then you can do something about it. You know, when you have the answer of why, oh my God, I realize, you know, there's something inside of me that feels really inadequate, like I couldn't really do it, or I'm afraid to do it, or whatever it is, you know, I feel envious because I don't feel good about myself. You know, I'm actually really afraid myself, you know, I'm afraid that I could never be that great. Whatever it is, recognize what it is, because once you do, you can heal it. Once you see the wound, you can heal it. And another thing that really has helped me, especially with my business, and you know, when I would see women achieving or other people achieving, I'd be like, damn man, you know, like, why are they doing so well and I'm not? And I'm putting in all this energy and all this effort, and like, it's not coming back, you know? But the energy I was putting out wasn't what needed to go out, and so that's why it was this needy energy, right? And there was also this envy sitting there. So what I started to do was I started to recognize it and go and just say, me too. Actually, me too. So whenever I would see somebody who was doing something amazing in the world, was able to give back from a place of love, because that's really important to me, was achieving, all those kinds of things, I would just say to myself, you know, that can happen to me too. Or me next. Me next is a really good one. Me next. You see somebody who buys a house, for example, and you really want to buy a house, and you go, me next, me next. That energy, you change your energy from envy and jealousy into me next. It's such a beautiful, powerful place to be. Or me too, I can have that too. I'm working towards that too. I'm going to have that too. Me too. And me next. You know, just be in that really beautiful place of that. And, you know, there's just want to say I love you and I appreciate you, and thank you for staying on this video for this long.